Google has rolled out a long-awaited Google Classroom feature. Microsoft is giving us a great social emotional learning tool, and Gimkit is letting us play games with more students for free. Welcome into the EdTech News Brief. I'm your host, Jake Miller. This is the show where, as the title says, I tell you about EdTech news and I keep it brief. And by brief, I mean clear, concise, and just what you need to know. Nothing more, nothing less. So without further ado, let's get started with episode 1 for April 11th, 2022. Here we go. On St. Patrick's Day, better known as my birthday, Google for Education announced on the Google Workspace Updates page that, after a long wait, the ability to schedule stream posts, assignments, and materials for multiple classes in Google Classroom was available. And it's even better than I could have imagined because it also lets you select different due dates and different topics for your assignments. I also really like the copy settings to all option that lets you set it up for the first class, then copy those settings to all of the classes, then make changes. I like this for if maybe I want the assignment to launch simultaneously for all classes, but have different due times based on when I have that class period. Or maybe I just want to put them all in the same topic within the classes first, copy that, then modify the post times. I also like that I can select post now for some classes, but schedule for other classes. I'm really happy with how this came out. Assignment and post scheduling is available in Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals, Education Standard, the Teaching and Learning Upgrade, and Education Plus customers. And that pretty much means all the Google for EDU accounts that are out there. And I also see it in my Gmail account too. Want someone to rate your lesson plans for tomorrow? Yes, please. Today's sponsor, Ditch That Textbook, provides you with practical teaching ideas you could use in class right away. Sign up for the Ditch That Textbook free email newsletter to get free templates and lesson ideas in your inbox every week. I'm going to be honest. I don't read all of the newsletters that I get, but I always read this one. Plus, as a welcome bonus, you'll get 3 free ebooks full of ideas. Just go to ditchthattextbook.com/101 to get signed up. Again, that's ditchthattextbook.com/101. Microsoft recently launched a tool called Reflect in Microsoft Teams for Education. Reflect prompts students to check in about how they're feeling. It even uses emojis and little monsters to connect facial expressions and body language to the emotional vocab. This might help students with limited reading respond, but may also help students who are working on understanding those social cues like facial expressions and body language. So those emojis and monsters might help students in those situations, but the tool in general, I think, can help all students and their teachers as well. It lets students see their responses over time to look for patterns, and of course, another key step is teachers seeing this data, this information, these reflections, and following up on concerning responses. In March, Microsoft added the ability to build these self-assessments into OneNote. So for those of you who are Microsoft for Education schools, you can now use this within Microsoft OneNote, and it's increased functionality in OneNote. As the blog post says, it lets students self-assess their progress and satisfaction in learning, motivation to learn, confidence, and effort. And I should point out, Reflect is a free tool. By the way, anytime we talk about a story like this, or any story we talk about, I will always cite my sources in the show notes. So if you want to see the blog posts where the original launch of Reflect was announced and where the addition of its use in OneNote was launched, and get some more information about them, they are both in the show notes. In a recent post on the Gimkit blog, Josh Feinsilber, the creator of Gimkit, announced changes to the Gimkit Pro plan. I'm really excited about this because the previous iteration of the Pro plan limited free users to only 5 players per game. It let you play any game you wanted to, but only with 5 students. Now they've announced that in the new free plan, you'll get unlimited access to all of their currently featured modes. Those featured modes will change throughout the year, but you'll always have access to a few modes that you could play with as many students as you want. The other modes are available to you, but with a 5-player limit. I think this is nice because it lets you try out those other modes, but maybe not get the full use of them. And it does let you play a game with your whole class. You just might not get to pick the mode that you exactly want. Gimkit Pro users then have unlimited access to every mode. There are a lot of fan favorites out there like Trust No One, The Floor is Lava, and Draw That you'll be guaranteed access to if you're a Gimkit Pro user. And I should say the cost of their accounts is not that bad if you're a regular user of this. According to the blog post, Gimkit Pro users will be able to also upload images, record audio, and create assignments. So those are things that Gimkit free users can't do. And Gimkit Pro costs $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. And you might want to stay tuned to hear about the contest that I'm running with this podcast launch. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Okay, now for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's talk prizes. So when I decided to launch this show, I reached out to people who I trust and value and respect in the industry, or not all of them, but a large selection of them, and said, hey, I'm trying this new thing out. I'm launching it. I want to do a survey to get some feedback on it, and I'd love to be able to offer up some prizes for some of the people to win. Would you be up for giving me a prize to enter into this contest? And everybody that I asked said yes, and oh my goodness, were they generous. I don't even know what order to list them in, but I'm going to go ahead and list them this time in estimated financial monetary value, which is just bonkers, the value of some of these. So without further ado, here they are. My friend Casey Bell of Shake Up Learning has offered to give one winner an all-access PD pass to her Shake Up Learning online classes. That includes the Google Classroom Masterclass, the Google Slides Masterclass, the Google Meet Masterclass, the Dynamic Learning Workshop, the Blended Learning with Google Workshop, access to all of her future masterclasses and workshops, a members-only library of ebooks and cheat sheets, and access to her podcast PD. And that's not even all of it. That's just most of the things. It has a total value of more than $1,000. Yes, one person will win that. Another person will win enrollment in all of the paid courses at Ditch, that textbook, ditch.teachable.com. You can see all of the classes there. This has a value of more than $100. Thank you so much, Matt, for giving this up. It includes getting started with virtual field trips, getting started with digital escape rooms, do more with Google Jamboard, Matt's Tech to Learn course, the Game Show Classroom course, Back to School with Smart Start by EduProtocols, and other classes in the Ditch That Textbook Teachable course curriculum. Next up, a 1-year Pear Deck Premium. That's a value of like $150. Pear Deck Premium for one winner. Book Creator has offered up an annual license to their 1,000 book plan. That's worth like $120. Thank you so much, Dan and the Book Creator team, for that. Our good friends at Moat are offering one winner a Blue Snowball mic and a 1-year subscription to the unlimited plan of Moat. That's worth more than $100, but they're also offering 2 other people a 1-year subscription to Moat Unlimited. My friends at OkioCam are offering up 2 different OkioCam T 2-in-1 document camera and webcams. They're worth about $75 a piece, so 2 different people will win an OkioCam T. I called up John Klein at WeVideo, and he said, hey, how about a school subscription to WeVideo for the rest of the 21-22 school year? So one person will win a subscription for their school for the rest of this school year for WeVideo. A nice time to try out those video projects as this school year winds down. We mentioned Gimkit Pro earlier in the episode. I called up Josh, and Josh said, yeah, I would love to offer one person access to Gimkit Pro. So we talked about the difference between the free and pro plans of Gimkit, and one of you, if you fill out that survey, will win 1 year of Gimkit Pro. I've got to throw in stuff of my own too, right? So one person will win a signed copy of my book, Educational Duct Tape, an EdTech Integration Mindset. I called up a few other author friends and my buddies Jenny Long and Salih Clark, who you've probably heard on Educational Duct Tape, said, yeah, we'd love to send a winner a signed copy of the Microsoft Teams Playbook, Your Guide to Creating an Empowered Classroom. Their book, wonderful book from Team Jenna Lee. So one person will win that. My friend Kyle Nemus said, I would love to offer 3 different people memberships to Classroom Q. Those are worth about $20 a piece. So 3 people will win Classroom Q memberships. Joe and Kristen Merrill said 5 different people will win a copy of The Interactive Class, their infamous book, The Interactive Class. I love that book. You'll see, if you're one of those people that win it, you'll see my endorsement of it. I forget it's on the back cover or inside the front cover, but I love the book. A couple people will win a GIF or GIF sticker. Got to throw those in, right? So are you Team GIF or are you Team GIF? Well, a few of you will win stickers as part of this contest. My friends at Flipgrid are offering up a pack of swag. I've got my fingers crossed that they include the Flipgrid socks for at least one person to win. My buddy Manny Curiel said, yes, we'll send some Edpuzzle swag to a winner. And we've also got prizes coming soon from Screencast-O-Matic and Adobe and a couple others that I will announce in episode 2. You in? Yeah, you are. Now let's talk about how you win them. So first, go to jakemiller.net/contest survey. And that link will not be in the show notes because I want to make sure that I'm getting feedback from people who actually listened to the show. So go to jakemiller.net/contest survey. Please don't try to write that down where you're driving your car or running on the treadmill. Maybe pause this podcast and then come back in later and listen to this part so you can type it in. jakemiller.net/contest survey. Second step, fill out the survey. Third step, click the link at the end of the survey to fill out the prize entry. That's it. Please, just one entry per person. I don't care how many email addresses you have, you're still just one person, and each person will win a max of one prize so that we can spread the love around. And there are a bunch of prizes, and don't worry, I'm going to tell you about them in a minute. You can enter until the end of April, and I'll select winners in early March. Again, go to jakemiller.net/contest survey, fill out the survey, then click the link at the end of the survey and fill out the prize entry. Yes, that is 2 separate Google Forms you'll have to fill out, an anonymous one to give me honest feedback, and then one with your name in it so that you can win prizes. I don't want to cross your feedback with your prizes. I want to make sure you get to be anonymous when you're giving me the feedback, and then obviously I need to know your name to give you some prizes. And finally, it doesn't increase your chances of winning, but it will give you some good karma if you tell your friends. Tell your friends about the giveaway. Tell your friends about the show. Tell your friends about the contest. Tell your friends about the survey. Tell every educator you know. Listen to episode 1 of the EdTech News Brief and then enter to win one of those amazing prizes. Don't tell them the link to go to. They've got to listen to the episodes and give me some actual feedback. So tell them, go listen to episode 1 of the EdTech News Brief and then enter to win one of those amazing prizes. Thank you to all of those people who have shared those amazing prizes for us and all those companies who have shared those prizes for me to give away in support of the launch of this show. And finally, the way that I'll cap off every episode is with a dad joke. Shout out to Jen Giffen and Kim Polishuk, who start off their episodes of Shooks and Giff with a dad joke. And I am going to take their tradition in a different route. I hope they don't mind me sharing this tradition with you. So they start off episodes with it, and I will end off episodes of the EdTech News Brief with a dad joke. And here's today's. What do you call an illegally parked frog? Toad. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope to be back on Thursday with episode 2, and I'd really appreciate it if you're back here with me to listen. I'd also really appreciate it if you rate, review, and share this episode. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.